Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So we start today with a long-term target, and then we look at the short-term as well. Long-term target for Solana, I mean, it really only had one major cycle here, and we count this as a wave 1 to the upside. The current decline as a wave 2 in a WXY correction, which would ideally be followed by a wave 3 to the upside. That's sort of the long-term chart. Then there should be a wave 4 and a wave 5. Wave 3 targets sort of in the region between the 1.618 extension and the 200% extension, between $434 and $530. But I might need to change that. No, I don't. It's all right. It's maybe a little bit lower, depending on how low we really go here. But it's sort of in the same region, 430 to 530 for the wave 3. That's normally what you would expect. The 1.618 extension is normally the ideal target, or the minimum you would expect. The 200% extension is... let's call it the stretched target for the wave 3. Then there should be a wave 4, which is normally quite shallow, especially if the wave 2 is quite strong. And then we should see a wave 5 to the upside to around $700, maybe even a little bit higher. But that is what you would normally expect in case it can recover, because there's never a guarantee. It's an altcoin like many others. And obviously it has suffered now fundamentally a little bit as well. And the sentiment is just shifting about Solana at the moment. My view at the moment is there is no sign it has bottomed, and it could very well go even lower. You know, it's a dangerous, let's say it's in a dangerous place to be, because it is now in the area below the 88.7% fib level. I've mentioned many times, it's not a good place to be. Now, I do not primarily believe it will die. I think it will make new highs in the future, but it is in a place of higher risk. It's dropped below that $30 level, which is that 88.7% fib level, and that is sort of the last level on the fib scale, really. It's highly relevant. Coins that did go below that level in the past died. There were thousands of altcoins that died. I don't primarily believe that for Solana. As I said, I think it will recover, but all you need to know, it is in a place of higher risk. And buying Solana here is just high risk. It's speculative, very speculative. Of course, you can be lucky, but you need to know that. And if you want to make your own decision, that's fine. I'm not doing anything with Solana until we have a confirmed bottom in place. And then I might consider entering Solana. But yeah, that's not where we are yet. You know, I think there is still a chance to go lower. And I mentioned in the previous video that what we had here could be a wave 1 down to around $28. That was in August. A wave 2 up. Here a wave 3 down. Maybe we're now in a wave 4 and we'll come down once more in a wave 5. Could stretch down into the region $10 to $5, you know. That's entirely possible. If we just use this wave count to calculate a target, I mean, I would have to assume based on this target that we're doing some kind of a triangle here currently, and we kind of can zoom in a minute as well. But if I take the length of the wave 1 and I add it to the previous swing high here, which you could see is a wave 4 already, but I don't think it is. I think we're rather doing something like a triangle. Then, I mean, if I use the 1-to-1 ratio as target, we're actually at 0. That's not very good. If we look at the 0.618 fib extension, then, I mean, if I count it as a triangle, we will end somewhere around $2. Or here at $7 if I count the high as you know, sort of trigger point. Yeah, you know, it's not possible at the moment to calculate any further. It very clearly, you know, either it moves up from here somewhere in the next, you know, few months, or it will die. It is as simple as that. And therefore I'm not really a fan of this chart at the moment. It has not delivered on any bullish potential there was. As you remember, the bullish potential was always challenged here. It was not high confidence. And I've repeatedly said I would rather concentrate on the better charts like Ethereum. Chili's, for example, Matic, Quant, the ones that really do show potential. Aave as well. Well, Aave did roll over to be honest. Still has some potential. It's not as bad as Solana, for example, still. But yeah, this one here, due to the strong retracements. But I did discuss all of that in previous videos. So the possible bullish count we had here was not high confidence, you know that. So we are in a place where you don't really want to be for a longer period below that 88.7% fib level, and we can drop lower still, right? So looking at this, it just shows that we are moving sideways, we're consolidating. You could see this as some kind of a triangle, maybe a descending triangle which is a bearish wave pattern, yeah, something like that. There are, for me, this could be basically like, no, it can't be. It cannot be. It would be very, very difficult to construct into this some kind of a bullish wave count, because this one here obviously was a lower low. So I would have to say maybe this was wave 4, maybe this was already wave 5, but I don't really believe it because it was only really, really marginally lower than the previous low. So yeah, this is not really, my primary expectation here would actually be not anymore that we have this larger ABC. It's still possible, but it's, yeah, you know, you would have to have the B here and then move up in a C, but there is no impulse coming. If we see an impulse above $15, I might consider again the blue wave count, A, B, and a C to the upside, and then the C wave would be where the 4 ends and we come down then. But I'll keep you updated, of course, about that. That won't happen overnight. And actually, primarily, I think we are in a triangle here that we had our A, B, C, D, and maybe E here already, and then we're breaking down. The point is, as soon as you break below like the $12.40 level, sort of $12 range, then we should be rolling over, should be coming down. As the fib extensions didn't really give us a target, well, they did, kind of around $5 or 0. We can also use here the height of the triangle. And that would give us a target of around $6 to $7. So I think if we really see one more low, that is a realistic target. So yeah, we need, and that was, I think, the 0.618 extension that we talked about. So yeah, you know, there is no sign it has bottomed. Of course, it could from here because it's made a new low. Then there's always a chance to move higher until we see how the structure is actually evolving. At the moment, the structure is rather suggesting to me a triangle pattern because it failed to break out from here. So it's rather a triangle. That would be one of the bearish wave counts here, and it would most likely break down. Also, you see volume declining. It's weekend. It's a bit of a boring day anyway, and the rest of the week was a bit boring. So the buyers are just not here. Solana, if you need to think about it. If you come down to a level like that, and you don't really see a lot of people jump in because it's suddenly getting so cheap, then it's a reason to be a bit concerned. So, well, at least to expect more lows, okay? So that's what I do here for Solana. So yeah, I will keep you updated should things change. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.